What's up, everybody? Bobby with Tech360.tv, and we're back with another phone review here of a phone that actually has surprised me a lot. And I wasn't expecting it by the initial impressions I heard from a lot of the tech guys who saw the launch. This is the iPhone XR. Now, because the specs are pretty much the same as the XS and the XS Max, I'm not going to go through a deep dive into the phone. I'm just going to tell you the 5 things I like about the iPhone XR. First, design. The iPhone XR is it's a pretty phone. Now, and it comes in a variety of colors, and I've seen all the colors in person, and I recommend that you do this. When you go to the store, don't decide on a color just yet. See it in person. They are breathtakingly beautiful. I'm not just saying that because it's Apple. They are really pretty colors. We were only given black for review, so we've got the black, but it is stealth black. It's like black all the way around with the aluminum. Even the camera bezel's black. Everything is black, and it's all color-coded to the phone that you like. So red, it's all red, blue, yellow, so forth. But the thing I like about this, the design, it's a 6.1 inch display, and it feels like the real sweet spot. The XS might feel a little small for some people. The XS Max might feel a little bit too big, but this is right there. It really feels good in the hand. Also, if you can tell, there's a difference in terms of material. They're using this aluminum around it. And when you look at it, it kind of reminds me of the Apple Watch in aluminum, you know, the Apple Watch Sport, if you want to call it that, because it has a bit of that sporty vibe to it with that aluminum on it. So I really, really like it. The second thing I like about this phone is the display. Shocking, because when the first impressions came out, when people saw the launch, like, oh, the resolution, it's okay, but you know, there's color shift, this and that. Now look, I don't know if those were just, you know, pre-production samples and maybe Apple did some tweaking. I got this in my hand. I turned it on because that was the first thing I heard. Display, you know, 720p. Come on, it cannot be anything close to what we're seeing on the XS and the XS Max. I'm gonna be honest with you. You really have to pixel peep to really see the difference. To the naked eye, to someone who's not into tech, you might not tell. It's that good. The anti-aliasing that is Apple's putting into the screen is very surprising. And I have to say, I have to hand it to them for it. And the color is exactly the same as the XS and the XS Max. So you're not gonna see any different colors. Apple really has made them very cohesive in that regard. So that's the second thing I like. The third thing is the camera. Now it's got one camera. People are gonna go, wait a second. It doesn't have 2 cameras. It's not as good. Hold up. Actually, it is pretty good. The front-facing camera is the same as the XS and the XS Max with the 3D True Depth system for facial recognition and for selfies. Then the back of it is one single lens, 12 megapixel, wide angle. But when you go into portrait mode, it was designed as such to actually capture people more than anything else. Now there's a plus and a minus to that, which I'll talk about in just a bit. But image quality is just as you're gonna see it on the XS and the XS Max, it's just one lens. And even when in portrait mode, there is a slight difference, but not much of a difference. We're gonna go, wait a second, oh, it's not that good. You can be like, it's fine by me. As a matter of fact, I always do the test with my girlfriend. I always say, okay, take 2 pictures. Which one do you like? You know what she chose? And I had the XS Max and the XR. She chose the XR. I'm like, why? She's like, oh, I don't know, just something about the photo. So there's some computational photography going on in there. Now, she's not my de facto, of course, but I mean, I'm just in terms of someone who's not into tech, who looked at it for the first time, she really liked the picture. So the computational photography Apple's put into this is pretty impressive. The fourth thing I like about this phone is battery life. Because when you have a 720p LCD display, right, and it takes less power, you get very good battery life. As a matter of fact, I'm getting pretty much the same battery life on this as I'm getting on the XS Max. It's not that bad. It's pretty good, I have to say. It'll get you through a full day, and it's got wireless charging too. I mean, seriously, there's nothing really missing in this thing. And the fifth thing I like about this phone are the colors. You know, I mean, Apple does a good job in colors, and a lot of phone manufacturers are doing that right now. But they decided to go a different way. Instead of all these metallic colors they did with the XS and the XS Max, kind of, you know, with the new gold they have and so forth, they decided to make this more of a very vibrant, fun phone. So you've got the product red, you got the all white, then you got the black that I have here. But my personal favorite is the blue. And I don't know why, it just was the blue that struck out on me at the table when I saw them all lined up. It's like a baby blue, but it's just so rich in color. it sounds weird to talk about color like this, but it's true. The yellow actually looks good, and I mean, I think it's like this coral orange thing. I'm not an orange fan, but if someone said, hey, this is your phone, I'll rock it. It's so pretty, you actually don't even want to put a case on it. So I don't know what Apple's going to do for a case. Probably just come out with a clear case because they're that pretty. You want to show it off to everybody. And those are the 5 things I like. But there's a couple things I don't like about the phone. First is, in regards to the camera, portrait mode only works with people because Apple designed it that way. So actually when you use portrait mode, you'll even see on the screen it says a person's not detected. So, and basically it just becomes a normal photo. I understand why Apple did that because we have one single lens. We want to really capitalize on a person because that's what people use portrait mode for. But there's a lot of times I want to take a picture of, let's say, of a coffee mug or flowers or something, and I want that beautiful bouquet in the background. But you can't do that. Now that can be fixed on a software update, maybe it will in the future, but it's one of the things I don't like about the XR. The other thing is, and this is a minor thing, is the aluminum bezels are very slippery. And you're gonna say, what are you talking about? It doesn't make any sense. I mean, the other one's stainless steel, and it is, but with stainless steel, there's still a tactile feel to it. Your hands, I don't wanna say sticky, but it grabs on better, right? But with aluminum, and it's so smooth that it can slip out of your pocket. If you're wearing loose pants, like gym pants, you gotta be careful. Like that happened to me. Yeah, this actually fell, and it's a phone for review. I have to give it back. So I would recommend get something to protect this phone. It is glass on the front and back of it, and the bezels are a little bit slippery. But besides that, the XR could be the iPhone most of the people out there will actually get and enjoy. It's at a price point lower than the XS and the XS Max. It's more affordable for people, even though it's expensive. But it really offers almost all the same things as the flagships do, but in colors and with one camera and maybe a slightly lower resolution screen. That's it. It's a hell of a phone. Highly recommend it. Anyway, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Don't forget to subscribe to us on YouTube. Follow us on Facebook. Until the next one, take care.